Hi, it's John Sebel with Costech. Today we're going to talk about what you do if you get a unit back and it's not turning on at all. So today we're going to focus on a SmartUps Rackmount unit, obviously by APC. So here we have our little SmartUps 1500 Rackmount 2U, and we're going to do we got it plugged in, press the button, nothing happens. So we're going to try what's called a cold start. A cold start is when you press and hold the button and wait to hear a beep. If you hear a beep, release the on button during the beep. So I'm going to press and hold the on button, listen for a beep. I don't hear one. The unit will not cold start. So with the cold start not working, what that tells us is there's something on the DC side or the battery side that is not connected. The unit won't start without batteries hooked up to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply remove the bezel. And here's your battery connection right here, the main battery connection. And obviously it's unhooked. So untangle the cord. We're going to pop it in here, and you can see down there it fits into a mating plug. And when you plug this in, you might hear a spark, so don't get or a pop. Don't get afraid. Pop that in. Make sure we're turned on here. I heard the unit come on, which is a good sign. Press the on button. Everything is good. So we plug the connector in. Still not working. What we're going to do next is we're going to check the internal battery connections. There's 4 screws here to hold this tray in. Just going to take them out real easily. Disconnect that battery connection and pull this tray out. Be careful, this tray is heavy. Make sure you support it from underneath. It takes a little bit of wiggling, and then we're just gonna set it up here. So now I'm looking at the battery connections. You're gonna check the battery connections, and yes, one of the battery connectors came out. Sometimes this happens just in shipping. So we're gonna go ahead and push that battery connector back on. Make sure it clicks. It's on there nice and tight. All the rest of them are tight. We're good to go. We'll reassemble this. All right, all the screws are in. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. And turn on. I heard a click. Good to go. Okay, so in this scenario, the cold start works. So what we're going to do, we're going to try to cold start it. And remember, press and hold the button until you hear the beep. Release the button while the unit is beeping. So I'm going to press and hold and release. And the unit starts up. So what that tells you, if the cold start works, is that the AC side of the unit, or the power coming into the unit, something is wrong there. The battery side is working, everything's good, but we're not getting power into the unit. So we're going to check a couple things. So the first thing we're going to check is we're going to check the input. So the units, make sure the unit's plugged in, and if it's in the surge protector, the surge protector is on. Well, in this case, it was off. So we turn that on. I heard the unit power up. Gonna press the button. It's all coming up. If the surge protector is good and that's on, then you're going to have to go back to your plug in the wall. Make sure that plug in the wall is good, either by plugging a lamp into it or whatever. If that's not good, you're going to have to go back to your breaker panel to make sure that breaker is not powered off. So if the power all checked out and the breaker checked out, the last thing you want to check is the back of the unit. In the back of the unit, there's a breaker. That's the input power breaker for the unit. And just going to make sure it's not tripped. If it's tripped, it'll have white showing on it. So just make sure, just press it once or twice, make sure it's all the way in and seated. And that should reset the breaker. And obviously, if you're still having problems, please give us a call here at Costech. We're here to help you.